Welcome to the 2025 Clark's Pump and Shop Girls Sweet 16 Tournament. Today's winner of the first game, the North Laurel Lady Jaguars. We have head coach Eddie Mahan, student athletes Mariella Claybrook, Brooke Nicholson, and Bella Sizemore. Coach, give us some opening remarks on the game.
Honestly, we didn't come out the way that I anticipated us doing. We looked very inexperienced in this, and not like a team that's been here 3 straight times with a lot of experience. However, even as ugly as it is right now, it's only like the old adage, survive and advance. So we made a good run there at the end of the third, got up, and then was able to keep that lead going in the fourth quarter. And often, I would rather be ending strong than beginning strong any day of the week.
Questions from the media? In the very back.
Coach, it seemed very early on in an early timeout the defensive intensity really cranked up. I mean, what does that say about your team? How did they take it to another level to force all those turnovers and win a ugly game and not the prettiest game, like you said, not the best start, not the best game?
Well, and that's what we're going to rely upon throughout the tournament. We have to rely upon our defense. We talked about that in the preseason. We've preached it the entire season. Our defense is what really keeps us going. When you have bad shooting nights, and like this was one of those, we had one of those at the beginning of the year last year, but the difference I think now is we're playing defense at a high enough level that we can still win in these ugly games. So our defense has definitely improved. Our man-to-man was good. I thought our 2-on-2 trapping defense was really what got us going there at the end of the first quarter and the beginning of the second, though.
Back in.
So much for you, Coach. How much would you say rebounding and pace mattered in this game? It seemed like whatever team got a clean defensive rebound and got the break started was in control.
Well, and it was hard to get a break started because, man, it was very physical getting a rebound. Tonight was one of those where when you got a rebound, you better expect about 2 or 3 people swapping at you. And that's how it was allowed to be played, and we had to adjust a little bit. But it also kept us from getting out and getting a transition the way we quite like to do.
Questions for the players. That third quarter surge where you guys' offense seemed to be clicking a little bit more. What was going right for that to happen?
Give me an answer.
Yeah, third quarter I felt like was our breaking moment for us to secure the win, and but we was also led by Brooke Nicholson. Our senior guard is unbelievable, and we know we can always count on her even when shooting nights are off, like for some of us. And it was a very physical game, but like I said, and like Mayhem mentioned, it started on the defensive end. We knew that we got turnovers, we got possessions back, and we got rebounds. Rebounding is a huge key in the game, and I felt like our rebounding, everybody started crashing the boards more, and that's what led to our offense and led to the 5-point break, 6-point break, and led to the win at the end.
Mia? No.
Coach, for you and for Brooke, you talked Monday about that you thought last year she seemed a little overwhelmed at times up here playing. She didn't look too overwhelmed today, so this wasn't kind of what you thought today. And Brooke, you agreed that maybe last year you did feel overwhelmed. What was the difference today?
Well, I'll go on this first. 2 years ago, she was phenomenal. She was unbelievable. But at the time, there was a lot of senior leadership on that team, so she got the freedom to just come out and play. Last year was the first time we started to rely upon her, and it was all on her responsibility. You saw a different Brooke Nicholson this entire season because she knew coming into this season she was going to put a lot of the load on her shoulders. And you saw she didn't shy away from it today. That's maturing as a player, and that's the difference of Brooke Nicholson as a senior and Brooke Nicholson as a junior.
I totally agree with Mahan. Last year, you could tell that I was more scared because I knew all the pressure was on me. But this year's different because it's going to go home, so I know I have to put a lot more on my shoulders.
Back here in the back.
After you guys were able to take the lead in the first quarter, it seemed like whenever you guys fed Mariella Claybrook, it really helped you guys kind of cancel out the burst that they had. How much did her feeding, on the boards and also inside help give you guys another option offensively as well?
Mariella is such a huge key for us. Number one, defensively, she is the anchor of whatever defense we're running. I don't care if it's man-to-man. I don't care if it's our 2-on-2 or a zone of any kind. Mariella is always going to be an anchor defensively. What she is just now starting to understand is what she can do offensively. I thought coming into this game, she seemed more nervous than what she should have been. She doesn't quite understand how good she is just yet, and that is a maturing thing. when she does that, the sky's the limit for this player right here. She is a 6'2" kid who's athletic, can handle the ball, can post up. There's not much she can't do. So when she starts to understand just how good she is, man, it's going to be very big. But as for us right now, they were doing a good job on Brooke Nicholson. Mariella Claybrook and Bella Sizemore knew they were going to have to step up, and we were having to play through them a little bit more.
For the players at the end of the third, it was tied. I mean, what was said in that hell going into the fourth? Because Brooke went on a little mini run herself, and you all really managed to open it up and crash the boards and play that with that good defense, and obviously get the win. So, what was sort of said in that third, and how did you all implement it in the fourth out there on the floor?
Well, that run was really implemented by our defense, and then obviously Brooke can be a one-man wrecking crew in transition. The last thing you want to do is to be jogging back with her on the floor, because she is absolutely going to get a layup out of it. The best athlete I've coached in 26 years. So her mini runs can come at any point in time. She is tremendous in transition.
Yeah, I looked at my team going in. I said, I'm not going home. I said, we'll do whatever we have to do. We're not going home. And not only for a senior, but I looked at Mariella. You could tell in her eyes. You could look at our guards like Haley and Emma. They were going to do whatever they were going to do to make sure that we didn't go home tonight. And I think that was the mindset that really changed the game, was like, hey, we want to be here and we want to make a run. We don't want to go out first round and be a top team in the state and fail again. And I feel like our team actually delivered and got the ugly win, which is all that matters.
Coach, I don't want to bring up negatives when you just won, but 23 turnovers. How do you overcome that, and like what credit do you give to your team for being able to overcome that?
That part better change, or you won't last much longer. And it was nerves. It was players who I depend upon handling the ball very often. So it wasn't from people who you're like, okay, we're expecting. No, this was from key people who you think are handling the ball. But that's what the big lots of a state tournament or up arena does. The way we were able to overcome was, in my opinion, a lot of it was rebounding. Now, we still didn't rebound nearly as well. Matter of fact, they out-rebounded us for the game. But also our turnovers on them, or running our defense, contesting shots. You have to make up for your mistakes and errors, usually with hustle. And I thought we were doing a better job after we kind of got relaxed in the second half, mainly after they got up 7 in the third quarter. There was a flip of the switch at that point in time that it seemed like all of a sudden we started playing harder. We were the one on the floor first. And it led to us getting a couple extra fouls, but I will take that if that gives us the energy and the effort.
Final questions. Coach Mahan, congratulations on the victory and good luck the rest of the way. Thank you, ladies.
Exit here to your right. What is steps here?
Oh, they would love it.
Hey, I'm so excited for that Ted Lasso look, bro.
Oh, no, gosh. Sometimes I open my mouth too much.
Team should be coming in.